let's take a look at where we left off real quick. Boop. Oh god, I messed up. Every time I think I'm gonna crush that stuff. So we talked specifically about building the Medusa's lair. We are gonna still do that, but not today, I don't think. I think we're gonna sidestep a little over to a different direction. And I've got some plans that I would like to work on today. Something that we've been putting off for quite a long time while we work down there. I want to make this tower. That's what I want to do today. So, here's the deal. I want this tower to be round. I want it to be like wizardesque, okay? And I want this tower to probably go taller than our main building over here. I think like a solid like the roof starts like where the roof ends. Like where this top of the roof ends, this roof for the tower will start going up. Now, we're also going to put a bridge that connects the tower to the building and then also leads into probably like right here. And we could put another entrance down here. In fact, that would be realistic, right? We got a path that leads right to it, so why not? Now, the interior of the building. Surprises. I'm going to keep it a surprise. I have an idea of what I'd like to do, but I don't want to spoil it. Alright, it's going to be... You guys will like it. It's fun. It's very fun. We could most definitely use some more brown, like this type of deal over here. Like, we could probably make... Man, I like these rooftops. It looks good from a distance. That flows really nicely. This still needs adjusted, I think. I still feel like this is nice, but I think I would like the roof itself to expand a little bit farther out. I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's throw the main pallet down with lush stone bricks, lush stone tiles. We'll worry about that later. And then we'll do staircases. I like the tile staircases. It gives it a little pizzazz. And then we'll come back into it later. We'll add some of this, some shadow stone, just to kind of give it a little variation in color. And kind of get rid of a little bit of the flatness. And then we'll come back in afterwards again and add the desert stone accents, like the bumps and the ridges and the depths and the stuffs. Alright. I kind of like where this is going. It definitely needs some more color put in there. Well, we built this tower. It's not done yet. It really overshadows this building here. Like, heavily. Alright, so here's the deal. I have some thoughts as to how to help this. This needs help. We've been putting this off for a long time. We talked about doing pillars. We talked about doing all sorts of stuff that we have just been, like, ignoring because we've had so much work going on down here. I think it's time we do a little something in this area. What we should worry about now is making this building kind of match. That's it, right there. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's staying like that. I don't care. It took us 5 hours to do that. It took 5 hours to do this. Never mind the giant thing in the background. It took 5 hours to do that. That looks good, dude. That's it right there. That's the freaking ticket. Also, I'm thinking we probably are gonna replace this brown stuff with some blue stuff, just to kind of ease it up a little bit, because that doesn't look... It looks good. I like this on its own, but for what we've got going on over here with the blue and the blue and the blue, I think that we should probably move this into some blue as well. And then, as long as this has been like this, I may opt to swapping this color out too, but that's for a whole different day. But yeah, man. Oh yeah, look at that from a zoomed out version. That's gonna look really good. And then as we add more texture and stuff to the walls as well, it's gonna just be really good. So, yeah, let's go play some Ark, man.
4 to 6 days later.
You know what I was just thinking? I would really love to work with floating glass. That would be a really unique challenge. But it's going to add like a significant amount of time to our build. We definitely need a way to make this not so flat blue. We'll have to add something in there. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what we're looking at right there. That looks good. I'm satisfied with how that turned out. The yellow is a little off during the daytime, but once it turns to nighttime, it really does pop with some, like, good vibrancy. I'm, like, desperately trying to squeeze in those smooth glowstone blocks. But does that look better? I think I like that better. Man, I just can't find a good spot for those bad boys. They're beautiful blocks. Like, I like the idea of smooth glowstone. I'm glad it's an option. I just can't figure out where to put it. All right, let me breathe just a little bit. Let me just breathe. This building down here is going to get real weird, and I don't know how we're going to do that, but I would like to throw some, like, Speleothum type deals in here as well. I don't want it to be overwhelming, which I think it might end up getting there real quick. But if we just, like, sprinkle them in here and there, it might work. I see a couple of little details that you could use some help. That needs a slab in those corners. I am a little bit burnt out. I think to kind of shut my brain off in the creative way, and more so for like this block needs to go right here, place it down, good. This block needs to go right here, place it down, good. I could probably work on the rooftops. Because I already kind of know what I'd like to do for the rooftops, but for like the rest of the build, I just am not positive yet. Could work on the rooftops. Like, why not, right? It all needs done at some point, so we might as well just hit part of it now. Alright, it is much girthier. It feels a little bit better. Actually, I think I'm cool with how that turned out. That was maybe just enough. It looks pretty good. Now I just need to grab a couple of fence posts and walls and throw a flag on top, and I think we call that bad boy done.
3 days later.
So, I guess this is kind of where we left off, man. We ripped up the house. We did all sorts of additions to the external portions. We have a little bit of terraforming to do. I had some ideas of what we could do with more glass, like a different color glass specifically. I'm thinking like orange maybe. Something to complement the yellow but also contrast the blue at the same time. Because, you know, we've got light blue and dark blue. Why not have like light yellow and dark yellow? That's what orange is. Yellow's dark orange. And I think like from a distance right here, this would look super cool if it had like this fractured partial bowl look that kind of stretched out and away from the building and up like ice spikes. And then like in the middle of it was just a freaking giant ice dragon. I think that would be freaking sick, dude. That looks so good, man. I love having a spot for the dragon just to say, because like, all right, so one of the big challenges we ran into early on, or not early on, but like a while ago, was like this hole down here that we're turning the menagerie into used to be a tier 5 dragon nest, right? But what we did was turn it into not a dragon nest. It's got everything but a dragon in it, right? And we were like, well, where do we put the dragon? And I was like, well, I don't know if we need to put the dragon anywhere because he sits in his horn and blah, blah, blah. And then I was thinking, I was in the shower today. I was like, you know what? This would be a great idea. Instead of doing like a traditional rooftop dragon nest. And I like it. I'm happy with how that turned out. And I think it's time we move on to the next little bitty project. And I think it might be changing these rooftops out. We'll see. All right. I think I'm kind of glad I did that. Oops, that does not make it easier to see. Yeah, man. I like the way that turned out. All right, let's do this pathway. I'm shenanigating. I'm procrastinating. All right, that's all it takes, man. Good enough for the pathway. Now, I think we're looking at some bushes. All right, so we have plants growing up the side of the building now. I like leaves, man. Leaves are nice. Leaves make me feel good. I don't know if that's overkill in the leaves, though. I guess we'll know when it changes color. Alright, terraforming. Right here. We're getting it all done today. It's a little odd because it is the winter time, so like our terrain's a little goofy looking at the moment. We're also supposed to have a waterfall that comes down right in here. And I'm thinking it would be kind of nice, right? We talked about putting this bridge in here that comes out of this portion of the building and kind of wraps around and connects right about here and enters in the base, or the tower, right? What if, because this is awfully close to right about there, right? So like instead of the waterfall coming from the ground itself, what if we had something going on up here that the water came down from and followed that path straight down? I feel like as far as progress goes today, this has been fantastic. All right, man, that's gonna wrap this bad boy up. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was an absolute blast, for real. We made a ton of progress. I know we didn't put a flag on top of the tower, but don't worry, there's gonna be more of these bad boys in the future. Just hold the phone, all right? Calm down, relax. But anyways, thank you again so much. Seriously, it's been a blast. If you guys are new here, check out the Discord channel. The link to that's down below. It's a ton of fun in there, man. Lots of art, lots of good stuff, lots of goofy memes and gifs and all that fun stuff. So if you're interested, please by all means drop on in. And yeah, man, I think we call this one a day. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe too, because I could really use some support. We talked about maybe doing a 500 subscriber special. I'm making a habit of in the outros. But yeah, man, we talked about doing a 500 sub special that we could work on something. Maybe if you got any ideas, hit me in the Discord. That's a good place to do it. Or if you have any art for yourself to share, please do so in that place. Anyways, guys, I love you very much. I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.